Welcome back. My guest is Dianne Hanks from MakeoverSessions.com. She sort of looks like Alice in Wonderland today. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Dr. Wright. I'm so excited to be here. What an honor. Thank you for inviting me back.
Well, tell us the story. You have an event coming up. You have some great things you're doing for women because you're helping them with their makeover. So tell us the story. Why do you look like Alice in Wonderland today?
Well, this is a really exciting adventure that I've been asked to participate in. On June 22nd, 2008, I've been asked to be the keynote speaker for a special singles event. And the topic that they gave me was my own personal transformation through single life. I was divorced about 4 years ago and literally hit rock bottom. It was unexpected, and I just was a mess. And I learned how to just surrender and ask my Heavenly Father to send me the help that I needed to heal and to be joyful again. I've always been a very happy, joyful, radiant kind of person, and it's just kind of leveled me in a way. And so when I got asked to talk about my experience after, getting divorced and being single again, I thought, it's like a hallucination. So I thought how appropriate to do this special journey as Alice in Wonderland. And so I'm just going for it. I designed this costume and I had it done. And what I decided to do is to take each person that I meet through the journey of Wonderland as a person of light, that they shared their light with me, and that and I shared my light with them. And as we shared and did this exchange, they both grew brighter and brighter because we shared what we were passionate and what we were gifted about. Because I certainly, I have gifts to share, but I need other people's gifts to help me become who I am supposed to be. And so, of everything, really, that's the cool part about when a tragedy strikes, is that it allows you to then take the lessons that you learn from it and then become who you're supposed to be. Like if you take a little carrot seed, a little tiny carrot seed, but it wants to be a mighty oak, it will never be a mighty oak because it doesn't have everything it needs to be an oak tree. But it can be the most incredible carrot. So what I am supposed to be, that's what I want to be, so that I can become and blossom and give my light to the world the way it's supposed to have happened in the first place.
Okay, awesome. Now, you're not portraying me as the Mad Hatter, right? Okay, just checking. When you're doing this, this is a very interesting way of doing a presentation. So you're kind of presenting it as the Alice in Wonderland story, which most of us know,
yes,
and grew up with. And what do you think was really the pivotal point where you really knew you were going to come out of this? Because it can be pretty devastating to deal with a divorce and try to figure out how to put your life back together. And we know there are a lot of women who just never get it together. So when did you know for sure, I'm really going to be okay?
Wow, that's a loaded question. I think it's a process. I don't know that it's something that happens on the turn of a dime. I think it's a process, and sometimes you think, if I could just get through the next 5 minutes, if I could get through the next 5 minutes, or if I get to the end of this street, I can see the end of another street. I'm not sure that there was a moment, but I do know that when I was going through my own transformation, and you kind of become self-absorbed in a good way, because I never focused only on me because I had children and all of that, but when I saw other people watching me in my transformation and demanding to know what I was doing, because I've lost nearly 100 pounds, and I'd go to the gym every day.
And that's not the husband, that's the body, right?
Oh, that would be...
Okay.
I'm not going to spend any negative energy today.
Just kidding.
No, just my body.
Yes, I wanted people to understand this is about her body. So
that's right. Well, and then, this is another interesting thing, because I know a lot of people who are now single because of divorce, and there are a lot of reasons why people can be single through death or by choice or whatever. But I'm interested in the relationship between a man and a woman and their God. And so that's very interesting to me, to become attractive and also become healed, that I may offer myself in that kind of a relationship. Again, I'm not soured on the relationship like a lot of people are, but in order to do that and to broaden my horizons, so to speak, size does matter. It really does matter. And so one of my characters that I'm going to meet is the first little door, in Alice in Wonderland, and that was a personal trainer that I got. And he just whipped me into shape. And I learned how to just work out. And I think the day that he changed me from 15 pounds to 25 pounds, and I said, I can't do it. And he goes, come on, girl, you can do it. Stay strong, focus, stay strong. And he said, you can do anything. And if there was a day, maybe that was the day, because I didn't know that I could do that. And I went to the car. Excuse me for getting a little bit emotional, but I just sobbed. I thought I didn't know I could do that.
Because you surprised yourself.
I did. I surprised myself. And I didn't know that I could do that. Wow. And so maybe that was the day that, and then people coming up to me saying, man, you're here every day, and I think I just made a decision. Whatever it takes, I'm going to do it.
And so, also you focused on you. For the first time, you got a chance to focus on yourself.
Right.
Because that's what a lot of women don't have, and unfortunately, when a tragedy comes, that's when they do an introspection, and then maybe they're still unhappy, so the introspection can be healthy or unhealthy, but yours turned into a healthy introspection.
That's true, and I did learn how to do some things I have never done before. I met people who taught me how to meditate. I had never done that before. I'm good at praying. I've learned how to pray, and I just met such fascinating people. Of one of those, that's how I met you too. And so that's why going through this journey and meeting all these different people, like a colon hydrotherapist and the lymphologist and the handwriting analysis person and a special hair person, and I do makeup, but that wasn't my issue. For me, I needed some emotional release and learning that I'm okay the way that I was designed. And that's not an easy thing when you just been sort of leveled, and you kind of feel like, oh, what's wrong with me?
Right. So because that's what a divorce does for a lot of women. It's like, okay, what's wrong with me? What happened here?
Right. And plus I've been learning also what's right with me. And having people who come to you and say, oh, you look amazing. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I realize that that's a gift too, that you can have things that are right with you that you can share. And so really, this event is, when I founded MakeoverSession.com, about 3 months ago, it was an overwhelming response that people demanded to have some events to go to. And so this is my first, what we call an offline event, to come in person and rub shoulders with me, and that I might rub shoulders with you, with your viewers, and whatever they need, because as we...
And they get to talk to you, get to talk about some of the issues that they have, and get to see this whole presentation. I guarantee you, if the costume looks this good, the rest of the presentation is going to be fabulous.
And so will the refreshments. We're serving those mad tea party style with the, Mad Hatter and, teacups, and it'll be right down the middle. One of the other fun things that we're going to do, and sometimes I hate to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, but one of the people that I met, how Tweedledee and Tweedledum come and they do a dance. Well, one of the things that I started doing for myself was salsa dancing. And so we're going to do a little demonstration about salsa dancing.
Awesome.
I'm wearing my salsa shoes too.
Very good, very good. And tell a little story about that, because it wasn't like you were sitting at home all your life going, I want a salsa dance. That wasn't like a major goal, and now here you are totally enjoying it. So talk a little bit about how you kind of really got out of your comfort zone, tried something new, and found something you really like.
That's right. And what a great way to say that. I did get out of my comfort zone in every manner possible. And I just opened my life up to say, if what I was doing wasn't working, I'm open and I'm willing to try and meet new people and do new things. And so I did join some singles things, and from there I met this one gentleman who just was the salsa king. We call him Jimmy Casanova. He just loves to dance, and he loves to teach women to dance. And he was so gracious and kind to assist me and one of my girlfriends to our first dance after 20 years of not being in that scene. And we went to some classes, I mean, and for probably 3 or 4 months, 3 or 4 nights a week for 3 or 4 months, we dedicated that time to learn how to salsa dance.
Wow.
And it was, you're right, I have always had a little song in my heart and a dance in my step, but to learn how to do it where a man is guiding you and twirling you around. I know with a big craze of Dancing with the Stars, but even if that wasn't going on, I totally recommend doing some kind of partner dancing, because for lots of reasons. And I mean, this may sound really silly, but you know, when you're single, and my kids don't live with me anymore either, having a life bereft of touch or affection is a very serious thing. And you go to sleep at night and you're alone and you're going, oh, I need to be touched, but I don't want to be dangerous or reckless or stupid about needing to be touched. And I don't mean in sexual ways, I just mean human contact.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's a scientific fact. You need 8 hugs a day to be normal. You need 12 hugs a day to be happy.
Sure. Or a few salsa dips. But seriously,
one salsa dip equals how many?
I think there's a special fraction in there, but going and actually just, we had to switch every 20 seconds or something with a new person and getting to talk to somebody new. And they're not hitting on you, they're learning too. But just human touch and contact, and it helps you learn how to communicate again with, you know, people of the opposite sex, which was very foreign to me. It was a whole new experience. So, but it's been fun. We had a special talent show at a little community event, and my friend Jimmy came and he did a dance with me, and he obliged and said he would come and do this one for my special event, because it's not that I want to show off, oh, I can salsa dance now, but I want people to say, if she can do it, I can do it. And so that, you know, anybody can do it. And it doesn't have to be, you know, because a lot of times we go to singles dances at our local church, and they're not there to dance, they're there to maybe find somebody. Well, it's a dance, some dance. You know, learn how to dance, learn how to take charge of a woman's body and wield her around and make her feel incredible. I'm telling you, it is a magical thing when a man can whisk you around that floor, no matter your size, age, health, or whatever. And it does change your life to learn how to dance. So that's
awesome. That's a great story as a part of your journey. Let's talk a little bit about MakeoverSessions.com. You've got a lot of advisors on there. Actually, one of them has even been a guest on the Right Place TV show. And what do you do at Makeover Sessions? When people go there, it's a little bit different than a lot of websites. So I wanted you to just talk about what they can do when they get there.
Oh, that's exciting. Now, let me ask you a question before I answer that.
Sure.
When you say
this
it's
is
a
my
little,
show. What are you
that's
doing?
right. When you say it's a little bit different, because I know you've checked out my website, what do you mean by that it's different?
Well, it's not a makeover site in terms of there's a bunch of products for people to buy, and you're very concerned about the inside of a person, and so that's what I like for you to share.
Thank you. Thank you. I have been very fascinated with the whole obsession of makeovers. I've been fascinated. For a decade, I've been a beauty consultant myself, and so I've assisted with many makeovers, and found that if you don't work on what's on the inside, it doesn't matter really what you do on the outside, because you're still going to go home and you're still going to be a mess, you're still going to be depressed. And when you go on these, if a person goes on these big shows and they have a makeover because somebody selected them, then the cameras go off. They have great hair, they have great clothes, and they have great makeup for a couple hours, couple weeks, but then they go home, and then what happens? And they still are in the same pickle that they were in before. And so you're right. I through the whole transformation, I always had fabulous hair, and I always had fabulous makeup. That's not what I needed.
Exactly, and that's absolutely true, you guys. It's absolutely true. She's not bragging. She did. She had fabulous hair and makeup.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I just meant that's just part of who I am.
Who you are.
You know?
Very good.
But I knew that the transformation must come from within. And if I talk about, for example, a special tire like this balancing tire, where it's physical and mental and social and emotional, and in the center is your spiritual thing. You know, if you balance a tire when you get a new set, it doesn't really matter where the problem is. If there's any problem anywhere, the tire's not going to wobble. And so to find that special harmony or balance between all of those things,
that's the
yeah,
goal.
that's the goal.
Very good.
So,
well, we're almost out of time. Thank you so much. We have all of the information about Dianne and her events and what's going on with Makeover Sessions at rightplacetv.com. So if you're watching that online, of course, you can just click and get that information. If you're watching that on television, you can visit us and find out. Thank you so much, everybody that's watching on iTunes and Zunes. Remember, ignoring one's conscience is neither safe nor right. I'll see you next time.